Alrighty. Yay for pre-show. So it's time to open 21 Goblins versus Gnome packs and go from there. You're always guaranteed at least one rare. Sometimes you get more. And sometimes you get a golden rare right off the back. Too bad I don't normally play Warlock except for Murlocs. Mistress of Pain. Whenever this minion deals damage, restore that much health to your hero. It's a good card if you can buff her up. She deals a lot of damage, heals you up. Warlocks do a lot of self-damage, so nice little card there. Rogue. I don't play Rogue, but Goblin Auto Barber gives your weapon +1 attack. Rogues do have a hero power that gives them a weapon, so generally rogues will have a weapon out. That's a good way to give it a bit more oomph. Stone Splinter Trog. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, gain +1 attack. Nice little counter to control mage, etc. Another good Warlock card, Floating Watcher. Whenever your hero takes damage on your turn, gain +2/+2. So when you do life tap or your Flame Imp comes out, he gets big. Oh good, I've got both my Mistresses of Pain right off the back, first pack. Pack number 2! Lost Tall Strider, 5/4 for 4, pretty solid beast, nothing too fancy. Mechanical Yeti, 4/5 for 4, with a Death Rattle, give each player a spare part. Little Exorcist, I've been using this in Arena a little bit. Has Taunt. Gain +1/+1 for each enemy Death Rattle minion. So good against the massive amounts of Death Rattle decks out there. Like my 2 Death Rattle decks. Oops. Cobra Shot for your Hunter. Deal 3 damage to a minion and the enemy hero. So you do 6 damage total. And yet another Mechanical Yeti. Another Goblin Auto Barber. Tinkertown Technician. Battlecry. If you have a mech, that's a mech. Just bring my old supervisor, who keeps opening up legendaries, making me look bad. So anyway, if you've got a mech, he gets +1/+1, and you add a spare part to your hand. Spare parts are little 1-mana spells. We've got another Trog. Again, opponent casts a spell, he gets more attack. Ooh, my shaman has been wanting this. Vitality Totem. At the end of your turn, restore 4 health to your hero. If you've got some nice taunts up. Then we have Cogmaster, has +2 attack while you have a mech. You're going to be seeing a lot of mech stuff. Another Cobra Shot. Glaive Zuka, another hunter weapon. Battlecry, give a friendly minion +1 attack, and that is at random. Dark Whispers. That's a druid card. You can either summon 5 wisps or give a minion +5/+5 and taunt. Generally, you're probably going to go for the latter, but Explosive Sheep, deal 2 damage to all minions. And Illuminator, if you control a secret at the end of your turn, restore 4 health to your hero. Da, da, da. Another Cogmaster. One-Eyed Cheat. Whenever you summon a pirate, gain stealth. And that's for this card. He's good in pirate decks, obviously. Because he's 4/1, he's really easy to pick off. So if you're summoning other pirates after you've attacked with him, he goes into stealth. He's a bit harder to get rid of. Speaking of pirates, Salty Dog. 7/4 for 5. Another Last Hull Strider. And Ship's Cannon. This was definitely the pirate pack. Whenever you summon a pirate, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. It is not, however, a mech. I like that animation. Flying Machine. A 1/4 mech for 3 with Wind Fury. Puddle Stomper. My Murloc deck's been waiting for you. It's a nice little 3/2 for 2. Crackle. A shaman spell, deals 3 to 6 damage with 1 overload. So sometimes it's a fireball, sometimes it's a lightning bolt. But it's relatively cheap. Mech Warper. Your mechs cost 1 less. So that's a nice little helpful summoning guy. And Jeeves. Jeeves can either be a blessing or a curse. At the end of each player's turn, that player draws until they have 3 cards. If you're at the end of your deck, it does not just deck you and murder you to death. It determines how many cards you would have needed to get to 3, and it draws that many. We've got Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil for the rogue. It gives your weapon 3 attack, and if you combo it, it also gives a random friendly minion 3 attack. Sort of the opposite of Cobra Shot. Another Flying Machine. Matter Bomber. 5/4 for 5. Battlecry. Deal 6 damage, randomly split between all other characters. Good for when the other guy has a bunch of stuff and you don't. Another Crackle, and another Glaivezooka. Well, the DLC for this just came out, Mason. Arena's been active for the last week. Not even the last week. The last, 5 days. Clockwork Giant. Costs 1 less for each card in your opponent's hand. Take that, Handlock. Another Tinkertown Technician. This one's also good if you've got a deck that that forces your opponent to draw a bunch. Another Glaivezooka. I've got my first dust. Another Jeeves. And a Dark Bomb. A Warlock spell that deals 3 damage for 2. Pretty simple, but pretty easy to understand. Kapow! Another Goblin Autobarber. Another Jeeves! They really want me to have Jeeves. Another Tinkertown Technician. I think I'm up to at least 3 of those. Shrinkmeister for the Priest. Battlecry, give a minion -2 attack this turn. So generally you're going to want to use him, you play him, and you knock down the attack of something you want to kill with a different minion. And then Snow Chugger, a mage mech. Freeze any character damaged by this minion. It's like a really weak water elemental. Quartermaster for the Paladin. Battlecry, give your Silver Hand recruits. Those are generally the ones that you're summoning from your hero power, but there's another card that also brings them out. And it gives all of them +2/+2. For the Druid, we've got the Anodized Robocub. He has Taunt and either 1 attack or 1 health. So you can choose if you want a 2-3 or a 3-2. Mech Warper again. We've got the Iron Sensei. The end of your turn, give another friendly mech +2/+2. I want a Robot Samurai. And another Vitality Totem. A Warbot for the Warrior. When he enrages, he gets +1 attack. He's cheap, he's a 1-3. It's a good starting card for Warrior decks. Another Tinkertown Technician. Another Shrinkmeister. Gnomeregan Infantry. Has charge, has taunt. He's kind of expensive for almost no damage. Not sure he's worth it. And a Grove Tender for the Druid. You can either give each player a mana crystal, or each player draws a card. The Whirling Zap-O-Matic. A 3-2 for 2 with Wind Fury. So, can do a lot of damage. Doesn't have a lot of health. Another Cobra Shot. King of Beasts. I actually had this one in Ranked a few days ago thanks to Web Spinner. Situationally a good card. He has Taunt, Battlecry. He gains +1 attack for each other beast you have out on the field. If you don't have other beasts, though, he's just a 2/6 and easily killed. Salty Dog, we've seen before. And Suit Spewer. Spell damage +1, but otherwise a 3-3 for 3 mech for the mage. Implosion. Deal 2 to 4 damage to a minion, summon a 1/1 imp for each damage dealt. If you do more damage than the thing had health, you still get the additional imps. Another Ship's Cannon. Seal of Light. I had this in Arena. It restores 4 health to your hero, and it gives you +2 attack this turn. And that's just plus attack, it's not a weapon. Burly Rockjaw Trog. I think we saw you earlier. And good, because I don't have enough Tinkertown Technicians. Force Tank Max. 7/7 for 8, but has Divine Shield. Muster for Battle. This is the Paladin card I was talking about earlier. It summons 3 Silverhand Recruits, and it gives you a 1/4 weapon. So the weapon does 1 damage. You can use it 4 times. Another Whirling Zap-O-Matic. More Sharp Sword Oil. And another Iron Sensei. Another Robo-Cub. An Ogre Warmaul. This one, I believe, for Warrior. Has 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy. Wah, wah. That's the new Ogre mechanic. It can actually be a very useful thing, because if you have to attack in a taunt, you have a 50% chance of hitting something that isn't the taunt, but you don't get to choose. Micro Machine. At the start of each turn, gain +1 attack. So he can potentially get really big if left alone. Another Jeeves, because that's what I need is more Jeeves. And another Mech Warper. Slitfin Spirit Walker. Most of the new Murlocs are actually for Shaman. Whenever another friendly Murloc dies, draw a card. Another Snow Chugger. Shadow Boxer. This is for the Priest. Whenever a character is healed, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Another Glaive Zuka. And another Crackle. Legendary. Whenever an enemy minion dies, summon a leper gnome. It's Mech Engineer Thermoplug. Can get a lot of leper gnomes out pretty quickly if you're lucky. Definitely a card you would need to have some sort of combo in place for. Another Whirling Zap-O-Matic. Another Lost Tall Strider. Ogre Brute. 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy. And another Mistress of Pain. Power Mace. This is the new Shaman weapon. Death Rattle, so once you've used it up, it gives a random friendly mech +2/+2. Another Robocub. Another Nomergon Infantry. Another King of Beasts. And another Seal of Light. Druid of the Fang. If you have a beast, transform this minion into a 7/7. Flame Cannon. This is a really good card. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy minion. Because of its 2 mana cost, you can use it very early on to clear out just about anything. Another One-Eyed Cheat. Another Crackle. And another Cobra Shot. Shadow Bomber. Battlecry. Deal 3 damage to each hero. Relatively cheap card. A 2/1 means it's usually killed relatively quickly. But since priests can heal, Battlecry isn't nearly as bad for the priest. Another Druid of the Fang. Another Warbot. Antique Healbot. It's only a 3/3 mech for 5, which isn't good, but it does restore 8 health to your hero. And we've got another Robocub. I'm going to have so much dust. And our final pack. No more legendary. Target Dummy! He's a 0/2 with Taunt for 0. A shielded mini-bot. This is a little paladin minion. Basically, 2/2 for 2 with Divine Shield. A little bit better than the Scarlet Crusader. There's a 1/1 for 1 with Divine Shield, and this one's just slightly better. Annoyotron! I'm getting all the good Taunt cards. A 1/2 for 2 with Taunt and Divine Shield. Kinda, it's annoying to get rid of. Another Ship's Cannon. Another Whirling Zap-O-Matic. So I managed to get 4 new Druid cards. Got 4 of those. Joy! Over on the Hunter side, I managed to pick up 4 Glaive Zukas, 4 Cobra Shots, 2 King of Beasts. Mage-wise, I don't think I got much in the way of duplicates. You're new. 2 of you. Yeah, okay. Got 3 Auto Barbers. Shaman. 4 Crackles. 4 Whirling Zap-O-Matics. And we're gonna disenchant 1 of you. Because I don't need 3. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click. And then a bunch of neutral cards. Got 3 mech warpers, 3 ship's cannons. Five Tinkertown technicians. 4 Jeeveses, 3 Tall Striders. Alright. Crafting mode. Disenchant extra cards for 125 dust.